Principal Wulff is here. He'll start with a statement. He'll take questions. There will not be one-on-ones. He has a team meeting with the players, so we'll just take your questions now after a brief statement.
Okay. Oh, there is things. Okay. First, I'd like to thank all the wonderful people here that work in the athletic department. First, academically, our support staff has done a tremendous job working with our student athletes, coaches to really improve and stabilize our academic progress. I also have been very impressed with our faculty here on campus who have been very cooperative with our athletes and academic support team. Our training room and our training staff and team physicians have also been outstanding in helping our athletes get healthy and stay healthy. In addition to our compliance office, SID office, they have nothing but been professional all the way throughout. Our weight room staff has done a tremendous job of improving all aspects of nutrition and strength and conditioning. Our equipment staff is first-rate and true professionals, and they are great. Our football support staff, from secretaries to everybody around the football staff, have been absolutely wonderful to work with as well. I want to sincerely thank all the members of the football team and their parents for believing in me and our staff's mission to rebuild Cougar football back to a championship contender. We are close to that level. I'm really excited to watch the next few years of Cougar football because all of us are going to watch these players bring us back to a bowl and great excitement to Martin Stadium and to contend for championships. The support from everybody I have mentioned above has been outstanding. The great thing about Washington State University and being a Coug is that we don't do it like everybody else. We stick together and we don't eat our own. I believe the innocence of Wazoo has been lost today. I leave with a heavy heart, but excited to watch the fruits of our labor ripen over the next few years. Myself and my family thank all the supporters from the bottom of my heart. I leave with a heavy heart. Thanks again. God bless.
Paul, when you interviewed 4 years ago, you told them what you wanted to do with this program. Do you think you've been doing that over the last 4 years?
Oh, absolutely. Exactly to a T. And yeah.
Seeing now what the expectations were, would you feel that it was an unwinnable maybe situation for you to be in?
Yes.
How come?
All the reasons that we've talked about through the building process here, and we got a heck of a program. We were an injury away or two from being in a bowl game in this year, which to me would have been an incredible feat based on where we've come in such a short time.
Paul, it's not every day that us, the media, get the opportunity to talk to somebody just literally hours after they were let go. Untraditional. Was this your decision? Or did you insist upon doing this?
Yeah, it's my decision. I love this place, and every decision I made was for the best interest of growing the football program. They weren't, quote, business decisions. They weren't for self-gain or self-promotion, but they were for building the Cougar football program so we could have something that will last a long time and have constant continuity and consistency, which has lacked here forever. And that was the direction we were headed.
You kind of had the same discussion with Phil Moose last year. Did you get a sense Sunday night? What was your sense Sunday night in that meeting? Did you feel good about the outcome and that you were going to be around, or did you kind of have a feeling from him, get the feeling from him then that this may be your time?
Yeah, no, I got the feeling that there's a chance that this was going to happen. So, we just reviewed a lot of things, kind of asked me a lot of questions about exactly where we're at, recruiting and our talent level at certain positions and what do we need to do moving forward and weight room and, recruiting, just getting a lot of information from me, and that was kind of the gist of the conversation.
Paul, what's next for you?
Probably a little time off. I don't know how long. My wife wants me to start coaching again, so we'll see. I don't know. It's we'll take it slow, but if something surfaces and it's right, and I feel like it's a really healthy situation going into it, I've learned a little bit, and that if it's right, I'll make sure I put myself in a position to be in a good position.
What have you done in your time here, and what would you change, or would it change, make an impact on your next decision on where you go?
I would have never not taken this position. There's no question I came here to rebuild a Cougar football program, which I know how it needs to be done. So I would have done that. I wish things could have went differently from the day I got here all the way to this process. There were some things that were out of my control that I wish could have been different, but that's what happened. But that's about it.
What would you tell the next head coach of Cougar football?
He's got great kids. He's got great young talent, and he's very fortunate to walk into this situation. And I truly think this is an 8-win, 9-win team next year. I thought this year could have been a 6-7, providing we stayed healthy. And I think that's a pretty good deal to walk into, because there is that talent here and that kind of growth. And so he's in a good situation.
Have you been able to meet with your players yet? And if you have, what did you say?
I have not. Texted a few here and there, nowadays, a texting deal. But I will meet with them here in a little bit and have a discussion a little bit about where we're all at and the importance of them moving forward and keeping the course and stay true to the values and discipline that they've developed, the work ethic that they've developed, and go win the championships that we talked about when we recruited you. We brought you in to win championships, and we also told you were going to take some licks here early on in your career, but as you matured through this process, there's no reason you can't compete for championships and compete for titles here. And that won't change. My message won't change, and they're close to it. They're this close, and they're not far off at all.
Do you expect to coach next season, Paul?
I don't know that. I really don't. I might not. We'll see how that unfolds. Again, if the right situation came up, I'll look at it.
You'd like to be a head coach again?
I do. Yeah, I do. But I'm open to be in a position a coach as well, possibly. I've done this gig 12 years now straight. So, do I have to be a head coach? I don't have to be, but I think I would want to be.
Well, apparently this is about energizing your fan base. How do you feel about that being such an important criteria?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that winning football games generates, fans and excitement. And there's a process to getting to win football games. That's how I feel about it.
Well, you guys talk to your staff at all?
Yes, we've all met and come together real well, like we always have. That's so unique. I think if you were to mention with our staff, it's very veteran, and these guys have been on a lot of staffs, and I think that everyone will tell you how close-knit we have been, which has allowed us to keep moving forward and growing the program and growing these young players, and you see how positive they are, you see how hard they play. And those are all qualities of a tight-knit group of people that believe. And our coaching staff, start with our coaching staff and the qualities of those guys, and and keeping themselves all on the same page, and then translating that into our players, and our players play the same way. So
this is obviously, it has to be, as far as alumni of this school, this is your dream job. where do you see yourself as far as your association with the university and the Crimson and Gray?
Well, hopefully, when people look back, that know the ins and outs of what happened in the 4 years we were here and what we started with and what we changed, and they look back and they see all the wins in the next couple of years, they're going to say that those kids were recruited and groomed by the coaching staff that was in place. Because when you win games at this level, you've got to have X amount of seniors, a good number of seniors and juniors and sophomores that have been in your system, 3, 4 years, maybe 5. And when you have that quality of kid that's been through a system and developed, you win games. When you don't have that many in that position, you could be Vince Lombardi or Nick Saban, you won't win games. And I hope that people come back and see the development of this program over the next few years and say that, we had a little hand in that.
When we talked to you yesterday, you mentioned that with your discussions with Bill leading up to that, it seemed that he was in your corner and that, was supporting what you had been doing here. Did that make this decision any more of a surprise or maybe a shock to you when it came down to it?
Yes, it did.
Do you have any regrets, Paul?
God, and I've asked myself that question along the way. Whew, I really don't think so. And I can go back from day to day on recruiting. I mean, there might be, you look at 365 days a year. You may look at a few days here and there that maybe we should have done something different on that day. But boy, I don't. I know our coaching staff doesn't. We talked about this, and it's like, God, what could we have done different along the way with a lot of experienced coaches and dealing with what we were dealing with? I just don't think there was anything we could do a whole lot different than what we did. And I said, I think we took the hand that was dealt, and we've shuffled it around, cleaned it up, and it's a pretty good hand right now.
What's your memory you're going to take with you from these 4 years, the most fond memory?
I think, it's funny, but the recruiting and getting to know the parents and the players, having the parents and players in my home on Sunday mornings after getting our butts whipped, the first couple years, and telling them that this is why you're here. We're changing that. And having them in my home, seeing my family, and getting to know the parents and those kids, and then them trusting our mission moving forward. And the memories are there, just their trust that they got in myself and our staff and growing this program. And it's a good feeling when you get that many people that believe in you and believe in the mission we were putting in front of them. I will remember probably a lot of that. And then obviously the coaches and all the time we spent together, a lot of heartache, a lot of rolling our eyes and holy smokes, and there's just some fun memories, to be quite honest, that'll be good.
Should the opportunity ever arise in the future in any capacity, would you consider returning here to Washington State again in any capacity?
I would think so. Yeah. I mean, I love this place. I have no bitter feelings regarding Washington State University and its place at all. And I would not hesitate to come back if again the situation was right.
Final few questions.
Paul, you mentioned that you felt Washington State was losing its innocence today. Could you kind of explain that to us? Do you feel like this is now a school that could be headed towards a win-at-all-cost mentality? Is that what you're worried about?
I think that, I just think that when people start getting into that boat, they never get over the hump. You look at just all the schools that cycle coaches every 4 years or, every 3 years, and they're in the same spot. And you look at UCLA, and they just keep cycling people, and they never just draw a line and grow. And I don't want that for my school. It's my school, and that's my concern. Yes.
Well, if you had to do it over again, would you take this challenge on again in the same situation?
Not unless, I was guaranteed X amount of years coaching. Like, 5.
Final question? All right. Thank you very much. Coach Wulff has a meeting with the players, so we will not have one-on-ones. And I would ask all the media just to respect the student athletes on campus and their wishes for privacy at this point. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.